All right. Hey, everybody. We're just getting ready for the show here. How many notes do you have, David?
I'm using a smaller book now, one like this size, like a little office pad thing. I only got like 4 or 5 pages, 4 pages, maybe 5.
This is bad news. I'm already hot.
Why are you hot? Just because moving around so much the last few minutes?
No, because I'm in the back of a closet. I'm in the closet.
Are you starting to feel spring, summer weather? Because we're still not getting spring, summer weather.
I am. Supposedly this air conditioner's going, but this flag is blocking all my air. Look, I don't like the Seahawks that much.
That's funny because I got a vent right beside me, and it's
just shut up.
One of my favorite moments was you falling asleep in our living room, and I'm like, how is he comfortable laying on the living room? And kind of goes, see that vent?
Yeah,
he's comfortable. You were practically on top of the vent.
Yeah. I love me some cold air and all the cold. If I could podcast from behind this, I can feel it coming out over there. Why can't they have the vent right here in front of the window where normal people put vents?
Well, that's how us
idiots.
Us healthy guys like our cold air.
Yeah, I've always liked cold air. All right, I think it's time to start.
Sure.
Yep, sure is. Hey, YouTubers, you get something special at the end.
Mm-hmm. Don't build it up too much. You know, it's just for fun.
Yeah.
Don't say, really? This is what we waited for?
Yeah. I skipped ahead for this.
Sorry, but refunds are free.
See, now the problem is that my thing says that I'm peaking, and I don't want to distort.
I think you got a few years before you actually start peaking. I wouldn't say you're peaking just yet.
No, believe me, my peaking days are over. I'm 45 years old.
Okay, this is not the bonus part we were talking about.
I'm 45 years old. I have done peaked a while back.
Done peaked.
Yeah, there is no
peaking.
Peaking
from the peak.
There is no peaking. I mean, maybe if I was, super fit and everything, I'd have peaked now, but I haven't peaked at all. All right, here we go. This is Survivor Talk with D&D. I'm Dwayne.
And I'm David.
Let's try that again, because all I heard was eh.
Uh-oh, really?
Yeah, we had a major problem there. We'll do it again, since none of this goes on the audio podcast anyway. All right.
You're making noise, is what it was.
This is Survivor Talk with D&D. I'm Dwayne.
And I'm David.
And we're just two best friends talking about the show we love, Survivor. And tonight is our recap and discussion show for episode 10, Chaos is My Friend. No one even said that.
Not that I heard. I was listening to it.
I heard chaos is a really good thing. Chaos is good for me.
It's going to be chaos tonight at Tribal. Or something. Yeah.
This guy named Dwaine wrote a great parody called Chaos Cats. I heard all those things, but I never heard Chaos is My Friend.
I'm going to get rid of David's latest pick. All those things came out tonight, but it's just nothing that pertained to the title of the show.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that was interesting.
But speaking of the show, we want to hear your thoughts later this weekend, Sunday night to be specific. So send in your feedback by 7 o'clock, please. Keep it under 5 minutes, under 4:59 if possible. You can send it via email to feedback@survivortalkwithdnd.com. You can also go to our website and do the audio recording, and you can also send us an audio file. If you want to record it yourself and send it to us that way.
Yep.
But just send it. We don't care.
That's right.
And don't make the quizzes too hard. Don't make the tests too difficult, or it'll be a long show.
Yes. Yeah, and some of you are saying, well, I can't send in feedback because I'm not as creative as all these. Don't worry about it. We just want to know what you think about the show. You don't have to be creative. We will ruin your feedback for you. Don't worry about trying to ruin it yourself.
Just like he ruined that little segment, we will ruin your feedback like he almost ruined the food.
Yes. Yes. And if Trish were here, she would have no idea why we were not, bidding on anything.
Food.
Anyway, why aren't y'all doing their feedback differently?
See that face she made when she said food is the face I make when I walk into a buffet. So, I understand.
Really? I'm getting hot. I'm going to have to take off my shirt, man. This is ridiculous.
Okay, for those not watching, he does have a shirt on underneath, so it's nothing we have to get an
You just
MPAA rating
disappointed
for.
millions of women across America and over the seas.
No, women are now coming back to the program because they were running away scared.
By the way, all that feedback stuff you just told them, they could just go to survivortalkwithdnd.com/feedback. It'll have everything on there for them.
That's a good way to end my little part. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. Also, shout out to Matt. That would be Matt Patton for supporting us through Patreon. Because he supported us, he gets one of my parodies as a ringtone, whichever one he wants. And so thank you for supporting us through Patreon. You can find Patreon at patreon.com/survivortalk or go to our website and click on the Patreon link. Also, thanks to you who are using PayPal to donate. And, of course, the easiest way to support Survivor Talk with D&D is by using our links to shop Amazon. David, we've had a really good month in April. So thank you, people, for going and shopping for even the smallest things. I mean, we've got people buying, you know, how to potty train your kid in 4 days books and stuff.
And don't presume that your spouse knows, even though you've told them week after week to go through Amazon, that they should get everything on Amazon.
Are you serious?
She didn't, but she's saying, if I go to this store, we're trying to get Chinese checkers for Davis. That's one thing he wants to get.
Yeah.
And she says, well, Toys R Us had it for this, and Walmart had it. I said, honey, Amazon. I guarantee it's cheaper.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. But then Toys R Us, and then she goes on Amazon, and it's there.
Of course.
So that's where
and if you're on Amazon Prime, dude, I just bought this like 80-pound bag of Arm & Hammer baking soda. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because, you know, I have a dog now and my house stinks.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't really stink, but
it has that smell.
When I'm laying on the rug and I smell, I go, uh-oh, my wife's not going to be happy. So I bought this big old bag, and I bought a filter for my refrigerator. Because I have Amazon Prime, I got it in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Amazon. And if you want a buff, go to Buff Inc. All right. Oh, all of these ways can be found at Survivor at our website /support. You got something, David?
Nope.
Something new? Yes, you do. Something new.
Oh, well, just for
only our YouTube watchers.
Do you want me to say it, or are you going to finish saying it? Okay, I'll say it since you're drinking. At the end of the YouTube episode that you're watching or listening to right now, if you go to our YouTube page, Dwaine's page, and find it and watch the end after you watch the whole thing, or you can just go to the end, you'll see a little payback this week. This week's segment, David's segment, is called Payback. And it'll be after we sign off from our recap discussion of episode 10, and it'll just be a few minutes long, but it'll be maybe for a few laughs.
Yeah, just for fun, just for those of you who like to watch the podcast. And this will be a weekly thing, every podcast. So, all right, guys, let's talk about the show. Holy cow! Is Tony now the official Idol King, or what?
That was the good news from this episode, is that I'm getting double Idol points now.
Man,
I'm back.
Oh my! No!
2 idols.
That doesn't mean you get 2 points. It just says if he has an idol, you get this many points.
He has 2 idols. That's double points.
No, it doesn't say that.
Yes, it doesn't say he doesn't get double points.
So what? You don't get to.
I came up with the game, so I get to say he's got 2. I'm behind like 50 points now. So
whatever.
Get over it. Exactly.
We're gonna have to have this debate on Facebook, and Will be on my side. I tell you what, whatever Will, the Giant Ninja, says, since he's the lawyer in our group.
No, he's not the lawyer. He's your lawyer. So no is.
He ain't my lawyer.
No, it's Shayna. Shayna is the deciding factor, and if Shayna gets it right and says it's worth 2 idols, then it'll be right.
Pathetic. Shayna's going to be like, oh, but David's losing, so let's go ahead and give David extra points. He's so nice to me.
So that's why I'm playing the social game with Shayna, being nice to her, so I can give her votes.
The social game. I see how it is.
Which is more than I can say for our friend who just sent another member to the jury who's not going to vote for him.
Oh my gosh!
Did Tony just lose the game?
You know what? Tony may have just lost the game just for the sake of making a big move. You know, yeah, Tony, you're making good TV, but I don't think you're going to win.
Not now. So in honor of that, I'm wearing the Jeffra hat and the Solana buff because both are done. No more beauties, no more Jeffra.
Well, All right. So he's the idol king. And if you think that CBS is trying to make sure he gets idols, if anything, I mean, he tried to bid on it, and they're like, no, 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 now, just a second. We're going to change the way this is done at the last minute. Somebody go get me a bag with some rocks in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah,
done.
get your tinfoil hats on that one, my friend. That, I guarantee you, that was an on-the-spot decision since the auction was not quite going as they had hoped.
What was an
Hold on.
on-the-spot decision?
My
To
wife
make
is
it an
yelling at me.
idol?
I'm in the middle of a podcast. My wife is yelling at me. Sorry, folks. Just a second. He knows I'm in a podcast, so it must be important. What? I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah, I know. I almost slipped and fell again because your dog peed all over the floor.
My dog peed all over the
Go
floor.
get the baking soda.
And I slipped right in. It's right here at the entrance to our room.
Okay.
These bonus moments are brought to you by.
No, I wouldn't. I'm
Arm and Hammer
live
Baking
on
Soda.
YouTube right now. This is great podcasting.
We just got a sponsor, Arm and Hammer Baking Soda.
Gosh. I can't believe she can't. What is that? I guarantee you, if I was Don Draper, I wouldn't put up with that.
Or Tony. He doesn't put up with women either.
Yeah, he does.
He just sends them to the jury.
Oh, I'm about to lose my dog. I mean, I'm serious.
No.
My dog is chewing everything that lives in the house. That's in
What
the
happened to the training?
This isn't Survivor. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm seriously might lose my dog because everyone in the house hates my dog.
We had to get our window trim replaced because my
Oh.
two dogs chewed off the trim.
I'm seriously considering giving her away. All right. Do you have any other initial thoughts as I mourn the loss of my dog? What?
You just brought down the mood of the podcast. Poor Pepper.
Dude, I ain't gonna kill her. I just gonna give her away. I mean, come on.
I'm not pushing her out the door. I'm gonna find out.
I'm not a dog murderer.
I thought it was another good editing job because I was flipped in the middle. I really flipped back and forth towards the end before Tribal Council. But after a while, it was.
Oh,
I just knew the move was going to be bad.
Yeah.
And hats off to Tasha, man. You're racking up the points with the challenges. Good gosh.
Tell you what, man. She better just win them all.
Her winning should have been the sign of not breaking the alliance, but
Yeah.
it didn't happen.
Tony just can't. Spencer outplayed Tony tonight.
Finally. Yes.
Yeah. Janice goes, cool bonus footage is never bad, talking about the, dog thing, because that won't be on the audio podcast. Now the audio guys are going, what? They get something at the end and they get bonus footage? All right, let's see. Previously on, I have nothing.
All they said was Tony and his alliance and Spencer and Tasha on the bottom. That's all they said.
Yeah. All right, night 28. We get a little bit of Jeffra.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to explain why she decided not to go with the other alliance.
And she even
'Cause
said,
she can't.
that she wants to get rid of Tony, but it's not time to flip. Even Jeffra knows it's not time to flip
But she ends up getting out of the game.
because she didn't flip. She stayed the course of the alliance. She did not flip like Tony did.
And now she's out of the game.
And now Spencer and Tasha are still in the game.
I know, but now, okay, whatever.
She had no flip to make this week.
Last week she could have flipped.
She could have flipped to a tie. I don't think she was getting anybody else to come join her. So,
And then Cass, exactly what I said last recap, Spencer gave it away, and she could tell that he had it, that he had the idol.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked about that because he probably stopped looking for one.
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
I did talk about that, yes.
I think we both did.
No. Mm-mm.
Yes.
No.
You're not getting all the credit this week.
Yeah, I am. Tasha and Spencer, an army of two.
And you know what the most selfish beast on the planet is?
Oh, wait. Oh, my wife, you thought she's mad about the dog peeing on the hardwood floors? She goes, well, I don't like cats anymore because we have a 20-year-old son in college. And my wife's comment was, I don't like cats anymore. There's plenty of college girls that are a whole lot more selfish than my son.
Well, I got a college girl that would disagree with that. So.
Oh man. But anyway, so
But
yeah.
you know what? Well, I'm not. I can't. I don't know if I trust Will yet because Will's on my side right now about the two idols, but I'm not sure if he could be playing me until the final vote comes down on the Facebook page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cass and Tony were talking smack, which my wife didn't like that either. You know.
About what? What were they saying?
Cass is, we're getting to see some of Cass. We're getting to see a little bit of the sassy Cass.
Yep.
You know.
Well, and it's.
Talking
I think
smack back at camp.
that sounds like a start towards next week too. You know, it's like this is the start of something. Instead of just giving us something cold, they're starting it this week. They're giving us some of that in the edit.
Yeah.
Building on that, and I think that's where the story starts coming in next week.
Yeah. All right. Anything else about night 28 before we move on to the next day? Tree mail.
Well, I like what Spencer said. He lost the battle, but not the war.
I've never heard that
least
phrase
not
before.
Me either.
He's
But,
a very wise young man.
But I thought it was funny that in the first part, it came about that his behavior is what cost him. You know, about the idol, about them knowing he had the idol, and it almost cost him later in the episode.
Yeah.
So, nope, day 29 tree mail.
I'm sorry. Do I seem distracted at all?
Just a slight bit, yes.
I'm a little worried about what I'm going to get when I get out of this room.
So is this going to be an 8-hour podcast?
Yes.
We will have no space to have the feedback show this week.
What's gross is that she slipped on it.
That's as bad as the disciples.
She just be laughing. I'm dead. She slipped on it.
That's as bad as the disciples last week walking through the donkey's urination on the stage.
I mean, she's already mad at him.
So she slipped and fell in it?
She slipped in the dog tinkle. She's so mad.
At least you don't have carpet.
And then we have hardwood floors.
Right, that's what I'm saying. At least you don't have carpet.
So she slipped on it, and to top that off, I mean, you leave the dog in the house, and if you leave a pair of shoes on the floor, hey, chew toy. Mm-hmm. It's not a good day for Pepper. I may have to get rid of my doggie. All right, y'all, I'm sorry. Hey, this is why you like Survivor Talk with D&D, because we're just two best friends talking, and this is what we do. We talk.
Exactly.
Day 29, tree mail. I have an idea, David.
Every now and then we talk about Survivor. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a joke about Woo getting money put in his pants, but I just can't think of one. So
that was the joke right there.
Yeah. So instead of Woo getting women to put money in his pants, he gets Trish to take it out of his pants. So that was pretty cool, though.
This was a neat little joke that Tony and Woo played. I don't know who came up with it. But it's the fun that we want to see, and we get another moment later on of the fun of Survivor. People having fun in the game.
Yes.
So I thought it was neat.
I can almost guarantee you Tony came up with that.
I would say the same.
Hey Woo, here, stick this in your pants.
What?
Hey, Woo went, whoa, dude. I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah, whatever.
No,
just
Woo. The envelopes, put them in your pants. All right, wallets of money in the back of Woo's pants. And Tony, then we get a confessional of Tony saying, there's always an advantage, and I'm going to pay the $500 right away. Spencer and Tasha are going to do the same thing. You know it going in.
Yeah.
Finally, we have players of Survivor. Imagine new players who know how to play an auction.
Right.
Now, we also have one that's like, why aren't y'all spending any money? Aren't y'all hungry?
Why are y'all worried about an advantage? Everything's locked up. What are you worried about?
Poor Trish. She got popcorn. Which, I'm sorry, but that's just going to dry your mouth out, and Coke ain't going to do any better. It's full of caffeine.
And then she got rice.
She got rice. Everyone else is getting ribs and awesome stuff.
Yep.
Oh, well. Anyway, so let's go to the auction. Fans of the game, man, they are excited to be there. Can you imagine? You've been waiting to get on Survivor for however many years. You finally get there. You get to be at the auction. This is one of those iconic moments in Survivor. There's always an auction, and you made it.
This was what I was talking about. When Spencer walked in, he threw his arms up like, I am on the set of a Survivor auction.
That's right.
This is so awesome. I'm like, yes, that's the joy of being on the show.
Yeah. Okay. Wallets. I've already done that. No sharing.
Hmm.
They've started doing this recently.
Yeah.
So Trish gets popcorn, candy, and a soft drink for $80.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry, but it's a gummy. I was like, so? I don't want a gummy?
The ironic part was that's about what you pay these days for popcorn,
Yeah.
soda, and candy.
She
About $8.
actually got a good deal. If she had been at the movie theater,
Three
yeah,
figures, easy, $100.
yeah. That's why you go to the Dollar Tree on your way to the movie theater
Exactly.
and get a box of Raisinets, stick them in the back of your pants with the bottled water you brought in.
You might jiggle a little, rattle a little when you walk in, but
I
hey,
jiggle anyway. Look at me. Survivor Talk with D&D does not condone.
remember,
Does
send
not
in that
condone.
feedback because we will ruin it as best as we can.
All right, covered. The next one is covered. $100 to Jeffra. Could she have gotten anything better? No. She's been wanting guacamole all day long. She's been talking about it. She gets these amazing looking chicken and cheese quesadillas with guacamole and something else. Way to go. $100 well spent.
Yep.
You know, and that's really only $75 more than you would have spent at the local Mexican restaurant.
Plus gas and the tip and everything else that you spent.
Yeah. You know, by the time, yeah, anyway, we won't go anymore. But anyway, next one is covered. Cass gets it for $20. Then, of course, he brings one out. She chooses the blue. An amazing. You're hungry, Tony. All right.
So you just froze. That's why I lost what you just said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All I heard
Trish
was
was.
an amazing.
Well, that's all right. Trish was asking Tony why he didn't bid.
Yeah.
Then he pulls out the red one and $60 to Trish, and she gets rice.
Whoa! This is terrible.
And again, guys, what are you waiting for?
Exactly.
What are you waiting for? All right, then ribs and cold beer go to Woo for $40, and let me tell you something. Those ribs looked really good.
They looked amazing, and I'm not a rib eater, but
Oh,
I like what Spencer said. They look smaller over there.
Yeah.
They're like half the pig over here.
Can you imagine? You haven't eaten in 29 days. It's a whole month. You haven't had anything like that in a month. And the guy's sitting right next to you eating barbecued ribs with, 1970s X-rated movie music going on.
Oh my gosh! How about that music? Smacking good.
I mean, if I'm Woo, I'm like, can you turn off the music while I'm eating this? I'm feeling really weird.
And see, now this actually hurt Tony in that the TP idol was out there because, to our knowledge, he hasn't shown that to anyone. And, of course, he doesn't know anything about the other idol. But, I mean, the 5 should be confident that if one person wins immunity, they can vote out the other. But at this point, they're not because he doesn't know there could be another idol. So somebody has to do it, and unfortunately, it's Tony. You know, the guy that's actually safe for the next week or so. He's got to be the one holding out and not eating.
Yeah. Did Spencer say out loud the auction is the buyer's market, or was that in a voiceover?
I think it was a voiceover, which led me to believe there was a couple more things that we did not see, get sold and bought, because just all kinds of stuff was going for 20, 40, 60 bucks.
I almost feel like Probst was getting frustrated.
Yeah.
This is when Probst said, okay, just take a break, and he went and talked to production and said, give me some rocks and a bag, because I know exactly what's going to happen, and it won't be any fun. So we're going to mix things up. So, yes, David, I do believe that some things are changed.
But that favored nobody.
Right.
That allowed for more intense drama, more strategy, which was awesome. And I think some of our listeners figured this out. They talked about people on Facebook. We talked about spending the same amount of money. Like when Alicia bought the letters, everybody could get their letters if they paid the same amount of money. And Probe said if it hits the max, you can match it, and then you got to throw it out. Then you got to come draw rocks. I thought it was great.
Yep. So then we get a great line from Woo. You want to say it? Or do you want me to say it?
You go ahead and say it.
Immaculate all up in my mouth. He didn't say all up in.
I didn't write that down.
I'm like, really? Immaculate all in my mouth? That doesn't even make sense.
All I'm picturing is 4 people in the woods in about 2 hours, and 3 people sitting back eating rice, wishing they'd gotten the idol instead of the third.
Cass looks over at Wu while they're squatting in the woods. You feel immaculate now, buddy?
How's that immaculate coming out?
How's that immaculate in your mouth now?
Oh, dude.
Gosh, that's hilarious. All right, and then
We can make so many jokes about that right now from all of them.
Clearly, something is up, Probe says.
Yeah.
Translation, I don't like the way this is going. Y'all should be spending more money.
And Tasha actually bid on an earlier item, and she let, I think it was Cass, have it. So, or maybe it was Jeffrey on the second item.
Yeah.
She actually let her have it. So once she realized, that Spencer and Tony were holding out, she figured she better do the same thing.
Yeah. So then he just asks, all right, Tony, what's up? Now, you know what? In all actually, Probst has never done that before, has he? Why not just let the auction play out, Mr. Probst? Instead, you're going to call everybody out. Okay, you haven't bid, you haven't bid, and you haven't bid. What are y'all doing?
Well, he obviously knows. I mean, it's obvious the two people on the bottom.
I'm waiting for an advantage.
It's like tribal council. He knows, and he wants them to say it. He wants them to bring it out because he knows what he's got in his back pocket.
Yeah. So Spencer and Tosh both go, yep, waiting for an advantage. So do you want to get right to it? Yeah, $500, please. Not so fast, Tony. We've already given you one idol. Now just wait.
That's right.
Did you hear that, or did I freeze up on you again?
No, I heard that.
I don't think they gave him an idol, but nonetheless. So he stops Tony from bidding right away, and he says, do you remember when those production guys came over here with that bag? That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
So, you are now bidding for a chance to draw rocks for the advantage. And my first thought was, why didn't Tasha participate in this? But I'm very thankful that they gave us the explanation. You know?
What explanation?
She said, why didn't I participate? Because I was hoping for one more item. I was hoping it would be a clue for the immunity idol, and then I would have it free and clear.
And that's what I like about this season is that it's not even predictable at the Survivor auction.
Right.
It was for the idol. So
didn't he call it? Did he say an advantage in the game or an advantage in the next challenge?
No, he would have had to say advantage in the game.
So they just assumed it was an immunity challenge.
And I think he said challenge before, but I think most often here lately he's saying advantage in the game. He's making it more general, and I loved it. That was a great thing.
Yeah. So, all right. So now we know all of that. Auction is over. Tasha is disappointed, although she does have $500 to spend on something when she gets home.
Spencer has a white rock.
Mm-hmm. A $500 rock.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to camp. Best deals ever at an auction.
And Spencer declares himself the greatest loser in Survivor auction history.
Yes.
Hey, might as well get a title out of the season.
Yeah, you might as well. And Tony tries to figure out a way to make it like he doesn't have an advantage.
Right. You know, this thing here that you don't have?
Yeah.
And you got nothing, and they're all over there, they ate and they're laying down, but I got this and you don't have it?
Yeah.
I love that.
15 minutes later, when they're all in the ocean wishing they hadn't eaten, they're all going, who has the advantage now?
And Tony's going to go, oh, this thing that you don't have that I still have?
I'm miserable.
I like what Cass said. She goes, it was time for somebody else to be the martyr. I've already been the martyr. It's time for somebody else to do it.
Yeah, she was glad. They're all miserable, though. They're all laying there with that. You know they are cramping and hurting. Hello, David? Are you there? David has disappeared from the picture. Anyway, you know they're all down there cramping and just, oh.
Oh, yeah, they're just, they don't want to do anything. And he's like, hey, it's time to get some water. Get some wood. Yeah. It's time to work. Yeah. Let's go. Oh.
Do y'all want to do this or do you want to do that? And I love the way they edited it. Trish starts talking to Cass about how bad they feel. You know? It's like, hello, did you even hear him talking to you? He was talking to you. So, all right, he reads the paper, and it's a clue to another immunity idol. I must admit, when they first said the white tree, I didn't really listen to the whole idol thing. Mm-hmm. I thought maybe it was a clue to the special idol.
I did too. That was my first thought. I'm like, oh, it said dig a little deep. You don't have to dig too far, and it's at the tree.
Yeah.
Like, is he missing? Because then he gets lost later on.
Right.
He can't find the tree, and I'm like, dude, maybe this is the TP idol clue.
Well,
Clue.
once he read it again, I realized it was not at the same place because the other tree was back in the woods and off of the trail, and this one was on the beach.
That one was more on the trail to the water, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's at the edge of the beach.
Yeah. So I wrote down, "Jeez, how many idols are they going to put out in this game?"
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where if you're going to put that super idol out, you got to give those that are down just a chance to make it fun.
Yeah.
You can't completely put them in a wrong. Put them on the down.
Yeah. Women are in the water while Tony's looking.
And this is where Jeremiah is sitting back watching this tonight and saying, you know what? I could have probably done that. I could have been talking to people and trying to work things in my favor. I should have just given up when Jeffrey said, sorry, I'm not sticking to our new alliance. You know? Hey, Jeremiah, watch what Spencer does.
Yes.
Watch him
Well,
talk.
it's too late now. Jeremiah's not in the game anymore.
No.
Yeah. Tasha trying to get those girls together. Do you think she has a chance?
She does now.
Yeah.
At the point in time, no.
Okay.
I think Trish and Cass are smart enough to consider the left and the right, the up and the down, and look at all the options. But I think in the end, their votes prove that no, they weren't interested at this time.
Yep. And this is where Spencer outplays Tony. I'm sorry, Tony. I know you listen. I know you watch, and you're gonna direct message me and tell me I'm crazy. But Spencer outplayed you. Spencer got under your skin. Spencer made you doubt yourself.
And it's funny because now he had did he have both idols at this point? No, he didn't have the second idol yet.
No, he hadn't found it.
Up. But the guy that's got the safe idol, the guy that's got the alliance, is still seeming to be paranoid, whereas the guy that should be fighting and scratching for every ounce of anything seems calm and relaxed. Spencer's got the I've got nothing to lose attitude.
Yeah.
You know, and it's to his advantage. He has the right to be more calm because he knows he's probably leaving.
Yeah.
So why not? You know, but instead of walking out, he's going to at least try to stir up something. All it takes is one day, one vote, and the whole game can change.
I mean, I can understand, though, a little bit. If I'm a guy out there and there's 3 of us and there's 4 girls, there's 4 women, you know, there is a chance that they could just decide to take us out. That is, you know, I mean, it's a great thing to tempt him with because it's a valid concern.
And the Jeffrey thing is out there because he did turn on LJ before LJ could turn on him. So that Spencer played it very well, like you said.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking. I mean, you gotta. I think Tony's close to Trish. He's obviously close to Woo, but I think he's closer to Trish than we might even think. And I don't know. He started to read it. He started to sense that he was getting fed a line, according to the edit. You know, he started to feel like, you know, you got to remember, everybody should have a tag. My name's Spencer. I'm on the block. Don't trust anything I say unless you want to use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
But I'm Spencer, and I'm on the block, so don't forget that. And, you know, instead he's just looking out, and I don't know. From what we saw, it just appeared to be he's feeding him exactly what he needs to hear. And I'm like, Spencer, all right, don't go too far. Don't go too far. And then I thought Spencer went too far when he said, and Trish. Trish wants to vote you out too.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Tony's face was like, wait a minute, what? Trish? The one I've been with since the beginning? You're telling me she now wants to... Yeah. I thought, okay, Spencer's behavior may have just hurt him. He went a little too far and brought up Trish, and I thought, okay, Tony's going to reel it back in and say, okay, I need to work something out with Jeffrey because he's really feeding me the line right now.
Yeah, well, he reeled it back in for a little bit.
This much.
And then he could, yeah. So Spencer is trying to plant seeds, trying to create paranoia, and says a really good line. Tony is willing to play hard, but not always smart.
Right.
Good line. I really thought that was a good line. And, of course, we all know Tasha's a good social player, and Spencer calls her out on that, too.
Oh, absolutely. And he's right. She is a social magnet. She's very easy to be around and talk to. And at the same time, it might be in the next clip, but Cass says this is a non-adversarial day.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to work in our favor. What's the problem? There's no heat anywhere.
Yeah, that's a little bit later, but whenever she said that, I thought, uh-oh, Cass may go home. Anytime someone says, I'm safe, I'm like, oh, no, don't say that. If I'm ever in Survivor, which I won't be because I haven't even auditioned, but if I ever were to get on Survivor, you would never hear me say, I'm comfortable. No. Yeah.
But you'd so want to get to that day where you say, "Oh, this is the day we can relax."
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not.
All right, next day, the girls are in the water again. They're showing us a lot of this.
Hmm.
And Cass feels good about her 5. Yeah, it's just like you said. And I wrote,
Yeah.
uh-oh. So then you get Tony and the crab, and Tony's going, look, did you hear him bossing us around? Like, she didn't boss you around.
Say, hey, LJ and Jeremiah aren't here. Get up and do it yourself.
Yeah, but she wasn't bossing them around. You know, just because someone goes, I mean, they're out in the water. You ask them a question, and they answer your question, and they're bossing you around. No, they're not. He's just trying to stir up trouble.
It reminded me of a husband and wife situation.
Well,
and a very similar thing, you know. And she says, well, yeah, you need to put it in water. Well, here it is when you want to put it in water.
Yes.
And then you put it down and walk away, and then you fight for the rest of the night, and hopefully you make up the next day.
Yeah. Or another similar situation, honey, your dog just peed in our hallway, and I slipped on it. And I say, okay, but I'm live on YouTube. Have fun cleaning it up.
And you don't hear the next few words that come out of her mouth because she wouldn't want it repeated.
Yeah. No delightful evening for me.
Nope.
Tony goes to get the idol, and by golly, if he doesn't find it again.
Well, there's a big white tree.
Yeah, I mean, the clue is rather obvious.
Yeah.
If you can find white, you've got yourself an idol.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I thought his next move was really smart. Number one, he didn't show the TP idol. He showed the regular idol.
True.
And he showed it to his alliance. Cass, Wu, Jeffrey, and Trish. And if one of them was going to turn, they were going to tell the other ones. So, and it's just like I wrote in my power rankings. He's going to use it as a team idol. He's going to play it on one of them. And to me, that's reinforcing the group. Yeah, he said this is for us. This is our idol. You know, I can play it on whoever I want to. I don't believe he would.
That's what he told them. But
right. Oh, yes.
Instead, all I'm really doing is just protecting myself.
Oh, yeah, but he's going to make them feel like it's for them. You know,
right,
it's our alliance. We're solid. Exactly. Right. No, it's never going to be.
Because he's still wanting to get a woman out. Yep.
Right, because that got planted in his head, right?
Yeah.
That's back there. And to me, that's not necessarily thinking strategy. That's thinking, you know, I mean, that's one strategy to consider. But that shows me a lack of trust in Trish. You know?
Yeah. All right, let's see, we've already done that. So let's get to the immunity challenge, which I thought, okay, I would have liked this better if all the bags were not tied to a rope. Once you get the first bag, you just pull up the rope.
Oh, you still had to. Spencer got a little ways, but he still had to stop and dig. And
I know, but it'd be better if they just had little circles and you have to dig in each circle. You know?
Well, even Trish couldn't dig in the right circle.
Well, Cass and Trish would have still been at the first hole, you know, at the end of the challenge. But still, I would have liked it better if it was a little more challenging. And a little more challenging would have been not to have a rope connected to all of the bags.
Right. Have them all separate. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Separate bags.
You really only have to dig up the first bag. You really only have to find the first bag.
Right.
You know? So, but the maze looked tough. Actually, it looked tougher than apparently it was.
Was for Tasha.
Well, even after I saw it played, I thought, oh, well, that would have been easier than the way I'd originally thought.
If you watch the preview on our Facebook page, they seem to go through it pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, those folks are doing it then.
Yeah. So, Cass and Trish, they just can't find that first bag of balls. No. Sorry, girls.
They can't get their balls through the table.
Nope. Untying the bags. Tasha is the first to get to the maze. Can she win 3 immunity idols in a row? Can she? Sorry, immunity necklaces.
Because she said she had to. So, yeah, she has to.
Yes.
And plus, Probst told her to win it again. If you want the necklace back, win it again.
Yeah. Wu could have beat her, but he didn't. Ultimately, while Trish and Cass are still untying the bags, Tasha wins.
Right.
So, 3rd in a row, my friends. Is she going to be another Colby?
Could be.
How many did he win in a row? Do you know? I mean, I'm sorry.
Not off the top of my head. I think Terry Dietz, I thought, won more in a row. I think it's either Colby or Terry that won the most in a row.
We got a lot of people watching us right now, so if you know how many idols in a row have been won, or how many immunity necklaces in a row have been won, we would love to see it, and we will give you props for being the first one to post it.
I think it is Colby because Terry would have tied him or beat him, but they had medevac in their season, the Panama season. They went home.
Fuck. All right, so back at camp, Shark.
No kidding. Even Davis saw that and went, whoa.
Yeah, they had a lot of Finding Nemo references in this show. You had the big school of fish doing all their fancy designs.
Mm-hmm.
You had the shark, and you had Nemo in the thing that they live in.
Yeah, the little stuff.
Yeah. The anemone.
Anemones.
Yeah, anemone. I don't remember what it's called. Anemone.
Anemone?
Anemone.
Yeah.
Whatever.
An enemy of an enemy.
Back at camp, let's all talk about how amazing Tasha is.
Yes.
Tasha is amazing. And then I like Tasha. Look, every day people are looking at alliances. It's time for me to mix things up. So she goes and talks with Spencer. Obviously, she's going to talk with Spencer because he's on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they go off, and the rest of them make it kind of easy. Tony's still worried about male versus female, but it seems to be a pretty simple vote. It's Spencer.
Yep. So let's see. They both have to go. Everybody's talking about Spencer and Tasha having to go. All has to be Spencer. But of course, Tony wants to. Everybody was thinking it was going to be, okay, Spencer and Tasha are going out the next two. It's going to be boring. No, leave it to Tony.
Yeah, it's getting too calm around here. Everything's getting too quiet, too easy. Yeah. Time to switch things up.
Yeah, he doesn't want 4 girls together. Something he's never said before. So he approaches Wu. It is time to change the game, my friend. And Wu goes,
What?
Wu's like, yeah. What? What do you mean?
I mean, we're not just voting by number? What do you mean? Change the game.
Mean, young son? Master Tony. What do you mean?
This is just where I thought, no.
Yeah.
No, why do you want to send somebody to the jury that won't vote for you?
And then Wu, Tony is a brilliant player. I fully respect his playing ability. Wu, come on, man.
I don't even know what to say.
I mean, I thought he was going to go, sometimes Tony's a brilliant player, but this is stupid. But instead it was like, Wu, Tony's a brilliant player. This is a great idea. I'm like, what?
And you know what? That's why Tony goes to him. Because he's like whatever. If he'd gone to Cass would have slapped him and said, no, you're an idiot. Why would you want to keep Spencer around? Gosh, the guy that's won a challenge and has been close in the other ones.
Oh, my gosh.
Why would you want to keep somebody that you can't beat? So.
All right. His plan has a major flaw. He has to tell one of the girls. Now, granted, he's going to get Spencer to tell Tasha, but still, Tasha could have turned it around and went to the girls and said, this is what Tony's afraid of. Let's get him out. And they could have gotten him out tonight because he wasn't going to play his idol.
But he had the TP idol. He wasn't going home.
Well, I know that. They don't know that. Let's act like the TP idol does not exist. And let's talk strategy. Because if obviously he would have played it. And
okay, you said that
gone.
You weren't even thinking about the TP idol. That's why. So
right, but see, they're not going to be thinking about it either.
Right. Well, at some point, everybody's thinking about it. Everybody's got to be thinking somebody's got it, or else it's out there still to be found. But I understand.
They don't know what it does.
This would have been a time for Tasha to make a big move to get rid of Tony. You're exactly right.
Yes, she could. Yeah, because he's anyway. So I'm just saying that. Just putting it out there, David.
Mm-hmm.
Just laying it out there. All right. Let's see. He approaches Spencer because he needs him and Tasha. And Spencer's like, my plan has worked.
Yeah, I have created chaos.
Yeah. I don't trust Tony all that much. Spencer looking for Super Idol. At least we get a little bit of Spencer looking for the Super Idol.
But this is where I thought his behavior, again, was going to get him in trouble.
It almost did.
Tony's like, I've got the guy safe. What is he worried about? Why is he going after the idol again? Because he wants to get me out. And then I thought Tony was reconsidering going back to his group.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, editing, this was good. You threw it back at us that it could go either way.
Yeah.
And then when Tony told Wu it's going to be chaos tonight, I'm thinking, I told Gracie, I'm like, either the women are going to be highly upset, or Spencer's going to go be flabbergasted because he is going to be blindsided.
Yeah. Everybody have fun tonight. There's gonna be chaos tonight.
There you go. It's your parody.
No, that's not my next parody. Although I
man.
think I am going to do a parody this week.
Okay.
I haven't decided. Maybe it's Idol King or something. I don't know. All right, so let's see. Tony doesn't like. Yeah, Tony's like, you're not allowed to look for an idol. Only me.
Right. This is my island.
Yeah. Hey, why is the idol cameraman following you? All right, and then the last thing Tony says before they go to tribal council. I think you already said that.
Yep, there's going to be chaos tonight.
Tribal council, my friend. Spencer and Tasha, do you feel that you need to win? Yeah. I'm surprised Spencer didn't go, yeah.
And this, to me, is where Spencer and Tasha are winning the end game, because that jury over there has been seeing them on the bottom since they left the game. And they are continuously seeing the underdog story. Not even Cass. Cass is not with Spencer and Tasha. They're seeing two against the world.
That's right.
Everyone's gone, and they're saying, wow, they're still here. Wow, they're still here. And here comes the next person that Tony blindsides. That's going to be mad at Tony, and the group is like, Spencer and Tasha are causing. Tasha is winning challenges. Spencer's causing trouble. Those two guys are playing the game.
Yeah.
And you keep them in the game. And
That's
I really don't understand that one.
It's not smart, because all the jury is seeing is Tasha and Spencer playing amazingly at Tribal Council.
Mm-hmm.
And every week, just like you said, avoiding the vote. And if they make it to Final 3 or Final 2, they've got it. In fact, if it was Tasha and Spencer in the Final 2, that'd be tough. Although I'd probably vote for Tasha because she's winning so many challenges.
Right.
So, yeah, Tony, not sure why you got rid of Jeffra, who can't possibly win the game.
No.
Although, I mean, I understand you were scared about women. I understand.
I mean, I am too, because that's happened before. And why not? Because he knows he's a threat, and like Tony, Spencer and Tasha pointed out, they would vote for him.
Yeah.
So eventually he knows that people are going to have to turn on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It goes both ways.
So Tony puts his idol on. Somebody keeps buzzing you.
Who do you think?
Is it Tony buzzing you? Tell him to leave you alone. We're trying to podcast here.
He's listening.
Of course he is. Tony, leave him alone.
All right, go ahead.
What am I doing? Telling a Survivor player to leave him alone?
I was going to say.
Text him all you want. Text him all you want. He's going, y'all stop talking bad about me. Sorry, bud. We don't think you did too much smart thing tonight, but we'll find out.
Hey, prove us wrong next week. Well, but that's where I couldn't understand his paranoia. I mean, if anybody should have felt somewhat comfortable going into tribal or going in towards that part of the game, it should have been him. He has two idols.
Yeah.
And then he smartly pulled one out to say, I'm going to play it if you vote for me, which nobody was thinking about voting for him.
Yeah.
You know, even if the women were, like you said, he had the numbers going against it. So he was prepared for that. But I like the fact that he didn't play it, didn't even think about it, because
he
still got two idols. Yeah, there's no point in playing it. So, I mean,
well, you don't play it anyway if you got Super Idol.
It's better to be worried and paranoid than to sit back, be comfortable.
Yeah.
So.
Still, you got two idols. Get rid of two of the biggest threats in the game.
That's my thing. Don't keep people you can't beat. Let them go now.
Yes. Chaos is great, Spencer says. Still not the title. Morgan just looks bored. Is it just me, or is every time they get a picture of Morgan, she looks bored?
She is counting the days.
Yes.
Till she is done.
By the way, I just got Colton's countdown from the couch.
Already?
It will be up. Colton's countdown from the couch.
Yeah, I think Morgan's thinking,
on our website.
Why couldn't I have gone pre-merge?
Yeah.
Why couldn't I have gone before the jury?
Why can't I be in the Bahamas?
Right.
Because, pre-merge players, they're at Ponderosa until the jury starts, and then they go on a vacation for 15 days. A nice one. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Away from the Ponderosa.
It's Spencer, man, playing the game. Spencer, If you pick me off, you're making a mistake. You should make a move tonight. Tonight.
All the way to the end. He's playing all the way to the end.
I wonder if Spencer listens to us. Spencer, do you listen to our podcast? If you do, let us know. All right. It's time for the vote. Unless you got something else before the vote.
Nope.
Spencer, the moral of the story, actually play the game before you get played.
Exactly.
Jeffrey goes home.
That's the LJ rule.
Yeah.
Play the game before you get played.
Jeffrey goes home, and Trish and Cass again look very surprised. Why look surprised? Just look back at Tony and go, again.
I know, and that's my other thought is that not only has he sent Jeffrey over there, who's not going to vote for him, but now he's got two women are looking at him like, exactly, what? Now, are we next?
Yeah.
And if you send us next, we're not voting for you either.
Right.
We
cannot trust you, Tony, at all.
Right.
Yeah. Cass is like, all that nice talk I did with you, and I cut other people down with you, and we bonded, and you did this to me.
Yeah, I make the big moves, not you.
Yeah. Do you think Cass and Trish are thinking, oh, great, now we're the bottom two. Now we're the odd two out? Because Tony and Wu voted with Spencer and Tosh. Do you think they think, oh, great, now they're the four?
No, I think they know that Tony is going to work where Tony needs to work. He's obviously not locked into anybody because that's twice now he's gone against this alliance.
Right.
I think it's back to being 2 and 2 and 2, and now somebody needs to work on Wu to break that three-way tie.
Yeah. What it is how's Tony going to vote? Because however Tony votes is what happens.
Right.
I mean, really, if I'm Cass or Trish, I'm not thinking those four together. I'm thinking, great, let me just make sure I'm with whatever Tony's doing next week.
Yeah.
Because whatever Tony's doing, I want to be doing it too.
See, my thought is, at this point in travel, Jeffra is not going to vote for you, so why not keep her in the final? And why?
Yeah.
Why? You can't lose to Spencer if he's on the jury. And I don't know. I think it's going to come back to bite him because I just think this was a bad move.
Yeah. Of course, Tony's going to say you don't know the whole story.
Exactly.
Wait, he just buzzed you. Can you take your phone off of the desk, please? Notice he's direct messaging you. I haven't gotten anything from him. Wait, let me look, see if I have anything. People saying that we just pander to him. No. Oh, wait, I do have stuff from him.
Probably the same thing I'm getting.
You idiots. I can't say what he says because we're not allowed to repeat what he says. So, anyway. All right, next time on, everybody's tired of Tony.
Yep.
Cass feels betrayed.
But now why? Because if he's making enemies on the jury, why let him go?
Yeah.
I mean,
bring him as a goat.
And the thing is, if they try to play and flush the idol, then somebody else is going to be stepping up to be a martyr.
Yeah.
Who else wants to go home?
Yeah. Why not? Keep him around. Gosh, sorry. David. All right, my friends, that is our recap of the episode and our discussion of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, look forward to some new clip banner art for our podcast coming up in the next podcast. You'll see it for the first time. It's going to be cool. So let's see. Anything else? Oh, you want to answer any of these YouTube questions and stuff that people have made?
That's what I'm looking at now.
Let's see. Let's read Chris Cherno's. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Tony just made one of the worst moves in Survivor history. The only other two players who may beat him are Tasha and Spencer. After Tony approached Spencer when he told him to vote Jeffra, he should have known that a desperate Tasha and Spencer would stay true to voting out Jeffra because they were desperate. Therefore, after receiving the okay from Spencer that Tasha's with them, he should have realized that his former alliance of 5 wasn't going to turn on him. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, instead of getting 1/3 of players who actually have a chance to win out, he's got the player with the least chance to win out. All right. That's true. If Tasha goes with you, then that means that you're worrying about 4 girls being together. You don't have to be worried about it anymore.
Yeah.
That was a good point. So, all right.
I like what Bethany said. I love the entertainment value that Tony continues to give the audience. But up until this week, I thought that he was playing a great game. He lost me tonight. He is the chaos. She's right. He is the chaos that keeps this game unpredictable.
Yeah. Will says, holy wow, guys. Holy wow. Yeah. 2 idols. Will says 2 idols, double points, no question.
Right.
David, I'm on your side. Go with the ninja. And sticking with that, it's not that I'm on your side, David. It's that you're finally right.
Well, he makes a good point because we stipulated that only one blur gets you points. We did not stipulate that only one idol gets you points, so therefore double idols, double points.
Oh, absolutely double idol gets double points. I just don't want you to get double points.
No, you just don't want to disagree with your lawyer because he's on my side this time.
Whatever. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Let's see. Janice says something about woo. I will not repeat. Janice.
She also said she'd take Pepper and let her watch your video twice a week.
Janice wants to buy me a fan. See, I have a fan. The reason why I don't have it in here is because I have this really nice microphone and it picks up everything like trains 2 miles away. So.
Boy Wonder wants us to be nice to Jeremiah. His Ponderosa video showed that he was in the middle of some major illness when he got voted out. Yeah, I posted that. Jeremiah almost got medevac from Ponderosa.
Yeah.
They had to call out the doctor to Ponderosa, Dr. Ramona, and put him on an IV. I suspect that's part of the reason he just rolled over for Jeffra. I think part of the reason he rolled over for Jeffra was he just didn't have anything else left.
Yeah.
I mean, strategic-wise. And I think he saw the end and he just fell for it, whereas Spencer almost seems like he's gotten energies all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You know, he realized he's there. He's got nothing to lose. Why not?
Yeah.
But I still say he can't beat you if he's on the jury.
Yeah.
And Trish said that a month or so ago in the episodes that we cannot beat Spencer and Tasha. And I firmly believe her.
Yeah. Now, nobody on our YouTube that's watching, let us know. Stop, David.
No.
No one...
Can I just say he confirmed that Wu was throwing up all night?
Wu was throwing up. See?
That's the information you get from Survivor Talk with D&D.
That's right.
On the spot, post episode, up to the date information.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and. By the way, which parody do you think I should do tonight on the way out?
I think you should do Chaos Cast because it was a Chaos night.
I will play Chaos Cast on the way out tonight. So. What do you think? We want to know what you think about tonight's episode. So the way we do that is through our feedback show. Go to survivortalkwithdnd.com/feedback for all the ways that you can leave feedback. All right? Do that for us.
And you won't miss any blogs, any rankings, anything if you follow us on Twitter, which is at Survivor_Talk, and that's Dwaine. And my handle is at David_STWDD. And you'll also get every link and every blog and every ranking if you join our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/Survivor Talk.
Yep. By the way, feedback is due at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
On Sunday.
Sunday night.
Sunday.
David, we finally passed 900 followers on Twitter.
Well, you keep asking, they're going to keep showing up.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. So, pretty cool.
Yep.
Hit the website for blogs, and in fact, Colton's will be up later tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Past shows, and to shop Amazon, and hit Patreon while you're
Something tells me that Colton liked this episode. He jumped right into it, or else he's finished with his papers. He's done studying.
Yeah. All right, David, do you have any final words before we get to our special YouTube stuff at the end?
Even though he disagrees, I think this is going to be a bad move for Tony.
Yes, Tony does disagree.
But boy, is it fun to watch.
Yes, it is fun to watch.
Yes, because now it really is a 2, and a 2. It's going to come down to who can persuade who now.
Yep. All right, well, everybody, thank you for listening to us. Check out our other shows, Shooting the Breeze. Check out our website. If you want to support us, try patreon.com/survivortalk. Shop Amazon. It's been a blast. That's all I got. How about you, Dave?
I'm good.
All right. See you, everybody. David?
Yes?
You have to say see ya.
See ya.
I have to edit that in now. Gosh.
Sorry,
all right, YouTubers. Thanks for hanging around after the show. What you got, David?
Well, since we decided on this about 5 hours ago.
Yeah,
I was in the middle of this.
Every video.
To watch and getting ready for soccer practice and other stuff, family stuff going on. It won't be every week. Won't be the same thing. But this week, I was looking for different things to share, whether humorous or out of the ordinary. This is non-survivor, but I've got a few questions for Dwayne.
Uh-oh, a little
This
Dwayne quiz.
So tonight's time with David will be a payback. Since David gets all the quizzes and Newlywed Games,
Ditties with
quotes, I just got 5 simple little questions. Very
Oh,
basic,
great.
very simple.
Yeah, they're probably about movies and people's names.
Only one involves movies.
All right. There we go.
Actually, 2 if you want to say that, but no. They're actually questions from all over. And actually, I was going to see if the YouTube people want to answer them, but I don't know if it would be fast enough.
They're
But
on a pretty big delay, so.
the first question, your wife could probably help you with.
My wife's not talking to me right now.
Exactly.
She
So
slipped
you're
on
on your own. You do not have a phone a friend.
No.
The first set of Crayola crayons had how many original colors? You cannot Google this or look on your phone. Put it down.
They
I got 3
had. Hold
choices.
on.
You want the choices?
Oh, sure. I love multiple choice.
Well, it's all multiple guess because it's not choice. It's guess,
Oh,
really.
multiple guess? Really?
That's what they call them now. Multiple guess.
All right. Feel free to answer on YouTube.
Was it 6, 8, or 12 original
6.
colors?
6.
No.
Yes, it was.
It was 8.
No, it was 6.
It
It was red, green, yellow, blue, purple, and orange.
It was 8.
And
Forgot black and gray.
black is not a color. Black is the absence of color. Actually, it's all colors.
Crayola Award. Crayola World, it is a color.
All right, 8. Sorry.
According
Okay.
to the website I found, it was 8.
All right. What's next?
Number 2. Which Disney princess was Walt Disney's favorite?
Was Walt's favorite?
Was Walt's favorite?
So this would be pre-1989.
Right. Well, these 3 choices are old.
Okay.
It's either Cinderella, Snow White, or Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. What? Who was it?
Cinderella.
Why?
Because
Yep, he had a foot fetish.
there you go.
That's why.
That's not on the podcast right there.
Too bad he wasn't a necrophiliac. It would have been Snow White. All right. Who next?
Who? You'll get this one. What does the prefix giga mean?
Oh, crap.
1 million, 1 billion, or 1 trillion?
I don't remember. 1 million.
No, it's 1 billion.
Crap.
You're not doing this good on
I'm
this
doing
one. It's not
horrible.
The previous ones. All right, this one you'll get. You'll get this one.
All right.
I tell you, these are all over the place questions. These are not any categories.
That's okay.
If I'm looking at a group of animals, that's called a parliament.
What? That's called
What?
a parliament?
Parliament.
Oh.
Parliament. What type of animals are they? Are they peacocks, pigs, ostriches, or owls? I bet you'll think twice next time before you want me to come up with
This
something.
is ridiculous.
I know. That's
These are stupid questions.
Exactly.
And it's also showing how stupid I am.
Parliament.
What are my choices?
Now you want the guesses. Peacocks,
Uh-huh.
pigs, ostriches, or owls. I'll give you 10 seconds to Google it. 10, 9.
No, stop it.
Peacocks, pigs, ostriches,
Ostriches.
or owls?
Ostriches.
No.
Oh, crap. What is it? Peacocks.
No.
Owls.
Owls. It is owls.
The owls don't hang around together. Owls do not hang around together. Wait a second. Did you know any of these answers before we did this? No. You don't know any of these either.
I knew Giga, and I knew the Disney Princess one because I'd read it a while back. Now, true or false?
Wait, is this the last one? This is my chance to get a 20% on the test.
You've got this, and then you got a bonus. If you get the last one right, you get 100.
Okay, all right.
But this is the 5th one. There's one more after this.
Gosh, I need to look at that. I got like a turkey gobble neck. Go ahead. I hate it.
True or false? In Alabama, it is legal to drive the wrong way down a one-way street if you have a lantern attached to the front of your automobile.
True.
That is absolutely true.
I mean, that has to be true.
I couldn't have made that up myself.
It's so crazy. It has to be true.
Okay, now, here's the deal. You can take the 20% that you got right grade and keep that, or you can give that up to answer the final question.
Oh, it's David's cash cab.
It's my cash cab.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give up my 20%.
You're going to give it the 20% and go for the whole ball of wax by
Yes.
answering this final question.
Here I go. Aren't y'all glad you hung around for this?
Okay, this is going to be good. Totally out of season. Name all 9 of Santa's reindeer.
What? Okay.
This is what
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Donner and...
You got 4 left. Come on, your son did better than this like 20 years ago.
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Donner and Cupid.
Uh-huh.
And Blitzen.
That's all right. You got 2 more.
But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph. That counts.
That's right. That's 9. You got 1 more that you missed.
Okay. Dasher, Dancer.
Where's the
Prancer.
YouTube help?
Have I said Prancer yet?
Yes, you did.
Prancer and Vixen, Donner and Cupid and Donner. No, I'm just kidding. Bonner.
No.
No. Sorry.
No.
I don't know. Crab.
Oh, Will said a group of baboons is called a congress.
Okay. Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
It's this one right here.
Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
You said Comet?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one you kept skipping. That was the one you were missing.
I got him.
You got him. You get 100% on the quiz. Well done.
Randolph, the bow-legged cowboy, had a very shiny gun. You ever heard that one?
Yes. Now, for those of you that are still watching,
yes,
if you've got some questions you'd like Dwayne to answer, email me directly at david@survivortalkwithdnd.com. And although he can get into that email, I'm going to change the password so that he can't.
I don't ever read your email.
I know you don't. In fact, I don't ever read that email. You have to remind me. Have you read your email this month?
Yeah. See, the thing is, anytime we do anything that's show-related, like if we're going to email one of y'all, or email like Drew, our graphic artist, or Patrick, our, and all these guys, we always use our Survivor Talk email. So it keeps it all. So I've been having this conversation with Drew all morning, thinking David was reading the emails, about our new artwork. We're not going to change all our artwork, but we just want each show to have its own unique feature image and stuff. So that, anyway, excuse me. So I text David, I go, have you checked your email today? He's like, what, like feedback email? It's like, no, David, your email.
You know how many email addresses I have now? I don't know how. I've got 9 email addresses. I don't know how I got so many emails. That includes work. Somehow I got 9 email addresses, and I don't know how I got them all.
I really don't want to go out in the other room.
So you want to keep talking. But seriously though, YouTube watchers, we really appreciate y'all staying on and watching. If you've got questions you want him to answer, from Tony.
YouTube watchers, this is what Tony does to us whenever we see all these things. We love you, Tony. I cannot wait to talk with Tony after the show's over.
See, even he agrees. 2 idols.
Yeah. Tony, okay, now, just to be clear, we did say that Tony did not, well, I don't know, he fell for it. I'm going to say it just to get on his nerves. Tony, you fell for it, buddy, you fell for it. I better be careful, he doesn't have to come on the show.
So can we talk about his we can't talk about his comments.
No, this is YouTube. We'll have several hundred people download this and watch it. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for hanging around for the extra stuff on YouTube. We're going to do this every single episode. And subscribe. Go to Patreon. Heck, 50 cents or $1 an episode, what's that?
Exactly.
And David and I need milkshakes. Just think of it as buying us a milkshake.
Did you not just show something with your neck?
Oh, gosh, I hate it, man. I better stop, because I'll do something I'll regret.
Yes, you will.
The old chubby jokes. It looks really bad on me now. When I was a kid, the old chubby joke thing was funny. Now it's just, oh my gosh, I don't even have to push too hard.
Now it's stuck with you.
Yeah.
Those jokes stuck around.
Situation. It's really not my fault. No one took her out to go to the bathroom.
Why didn't you do it before you came upstairs?
I don't know, but I'm thinking we're going to have to go ahead and get a crate for her. Even though I sold my crate, I think we're going to have to get another one.
Why did you sell your crate?
Because I didn't like her being in a crate all the time. You put her in a crate, and whenever you come home, it looks like she's dipped her paws in the ocean. That's how wet her paws are from her licking herself.
No. That's weird. My dogs didn't do that. They love their crate.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep talking the way I'm talking.
I'm gonna get off the phone now.
You're so
Bye.
in trouble.
Bye.
Hopefully you'll be back Sunday.
Bye.